Viewers, it is time, no further ado, to discuss wrestling news and other wrestling topics I love to share with you. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this discussion. Here goes nothing. Now recently, Kurt Angle, the Hall of Famer, did a Q&A on Facebook. And there's a lot of great questions, but there's one question I really want to discuss, want to address to you. Probably a lot of you know already. So here goes nothing. Then after that, I'll do some other stuff with this matter. Okay, this is what the fans had to say. Why haven't we seen an all-women's Elimination Chamber match for Raw Women's Champion title belt? And this is what Kurt Angle response is. Patient you will. Alrighty then, because WWE always like to make history, like what happened last year in October between Sasha Banks and Charlotte. First time ever, ladies, in a Hell in a Cell match itself. That was part of history. And plus, they were part of Hell in a Cell, the poster. That was awesome. They were keep promoting it until the pay-per-view came and gone. Another thing is, this past was July, for the first time ever, Money in the Bank for the women's. They were been teasing that for a while now. It finally happened. I discussed that, and that was a very good thing. A lot of people didn't like that, and they had to redo it on that SmackDown Live. But whatever. So, if they're going to do that, I'm assuming that SmackDown Live wants to top that. So, I'm okay with that. I know a lot of you are going to say, hey, that's for the men's. Hey, women work with the men. They work in the same business. They are superstars. They're not divas anymore. They're superstars. If the men could do it, women could do it. You guys agree or disagree? What's your thoughts? Okay, this is another question what the fans have to say. Kurt, do you think Cesario will even get his well-deserved main event push? In my opinion, yes, he's way overdue. And I think, in my opinion, I'll discuss it in a few minutes. This is what Kurt Angle, his response is, yes, Cesario deserves it, but I love him and Sheamus to tag together. Give it some time. What? They're our team. He should say, I love Sheamus, Cesario as a team a little bit longer, but whatever. We saw Sheamus and Cesario way too long, from my point of view, ever since Mick Foley made that team before he left that position, you know. And plus, he had surgery, so he took some time off. I'm not too sure if Mick Foley ever will come back. Maybe, maybe not. So, and this is I was gonna say this, but I wanna what Kurt Angle had to say. I think it's time to break up Sheamus and Cesario. They won the belts already for Raw, and let Sheamus do his own thing. Maybe ship him to SmackDown Live, and maybe he could rebrand himself. And on the other hand, Cesario, stick him on Raw, and he could just feud with the main eventers like Brock Lesnar, Samoa Joe, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and Dean Ambrose. I know Dean Ambrose, a lot of people are hating on him. Everyone out there has their own opinion. Okay, that's all I gotta say. Yes, right now, the Shield right now are together, but they're not gonna be together for a long time. I think this is, I don't know how long the Shield are gonna be together. Not really too sure. So if it happens, it happens. If they have another shakeup or a draft, my guess is maybe Sheamus sticks on Raw and Cesario goes to SmackDown Live. We'll find out, because at the time, Cesario was not very happy with his position on Raw, and he was tweeting, or Daniel Bryan was tweeting, you could always go to SmackDown Live. It never happened. So maybe eventually he'll go to SmackDown Live, get better opportunities. I mean, that's the gimmick. Okay. Another thing is, I guess there's a team I never heard of. I guess they're from NXT. What's your opinion on this team from NXT? Cannot really pronounce it. Don't bash me. Would you like them to have them on Raw? And this is Kurt Angle says, of course. They're a great stable with a promised future. I love these guys, so I guess it's going to happen eventually. Probably SmackDown Live will scoop them up. Okay, this is the fan says, hey Kurt, just want to know your opinion on beginning on 2K18. Are you excited? I think I said it wrong. And Kurt Angle response is, Kurt Angle, it's an honor, long time coming. It's really a dream come true as a kid. We all wanted to have an action figure or a video game. My dreams had been playing out in 2K18. You know, speaking of video games, the graphics of wrestling games since day one are getting better and better. You know, you can actually see the face clearly. Not back in the day when they first did these things for back in the day. I forgot what was the very first system. I think it was GameCube. The graphics was good back then, not to compare now. I know a lot of you guys prefer the old stuff. That's okay. The Super Nintendo has some great graphics, okay? I wish they make some new game for that, but the system is no longer with us. You know, I know they had a mini version of the Super Nintendo. That's very hard to find. I think the one I had, I think was for PlayStation, was the very first SmackDown. Was good, but if you think about it, it was very slow. Then after time, it got better and better. Then nothing was Raw is War was good, but what I said a few minutes ago was very, very slow graphics. It's very hard to do the finishing move of your opponent, and if you look back on the history, it's very slow. Probably didn't have many megabytes or, I don't know, memory. I'm not too sure what was the deal back then. But if they could go back in time to this era from the games in the past, the ones that are lagging, they could definitely fix it. Maybe, maybe not. But probably a lot of fans prefer how it lags. I'm not really too sure, but that's awesome. So, like I said before, I'm going to say again, there's nothing new about these wrestling games. The only thing really new, they might tweet a little bit and they just add to the current roster. But overall, it's the same old thing. You know, like the announcers, they say the same old thing. If you play it over and over, they don't mix it up. You know, they're just my opinion. I mean, I could be wrong, I could be right. You know, I have not bought a new wrestling game in a long time. Until this one. So that wraps it up. If you like this discussion, give a major thumbs up. If you hate it, don't do nothing. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the notification. If you hit the subscribe button, you get videos from the past and all that. So I'll be really excited to see Elimination Chamber. It all depends what ladies are in it. Are you gonna put ladies who's never on Raw and you just random put them in there? Excuse me. Or are you gonna put ladies who's on Raw every single week? That makes more sense. Or are they gonna put like a women's and then be like a number one contender? Or are they gonna do like whoever wins the Elimination Chamber becomes champion? But if it happens, it happens. But with Kurt Angle, his response is, patient, you will see. So I think he's teasing it, you know. So we'll see, or maybe it will never happen. So if it happens, ladies, you better be prepared. Like what Charlotte and Sasha Banks did last October, and Hell Sale when they got a lot of injuries, you know, a lot of brutal, you know. I'm assuming they got a lot of injuries. They could just heal up. And then this past July, for the first time ever, a women's ladder match. They got knocked out, dragged out. Very good, but they have to restart it on that SmackDown Live. So have a good one, and I'll be back in a flash. Thank you for listening.